Hello everyone, welcome, my name is Roland. Now, The Walking Dead games are every bit as gory as its TV counterpart and maybe more emotional, but of all the deaths and mayhem, what character deaths have been the most shocking? Here are my top 6, but feel free to share yours in the comments. In at number 6 is our resident Dr. Carlos, who bought the farm at the end of episode 3 in harm's way. Having caught a bullet while trying to escape, he's then quickly set upon by some walkers, but who knows what this loss means for the group, as they've lost their healer, and mentally fragile character Sarah has lost a father. Now, 5th place for me has to go to Reggie. Now, while we only seen this character briefly, and he was only introduced in episode 3, he was a nice and likeable guy, and added sort of a comedy element to the otherwise dark setting of The Walking Dead, but he seemingly ran out of luck, and he is no more, so no point crying over him now. Now, in 4th position has to be Omid. Now, what a way to start Season 2. The death of Omid was certainly out of the blue, but the wider implications was the relationship change between Krista and Clementine. It feels like Krista blamed Clementine for Omid's death somehow. Now, maybe that's just because she wants to have someone to blame, I don't know. And with no way of resolving this till we find out if Krista's alive or if we're going to meet up with her. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. The 3rd spot I've reserved for Sam the dog. Now, what started off as an adorable scene between Clementine and this dog quickly turned nasty as the dog savagely attacked her because it'd been left alone for a while and turned a bit feral. So it wanted all the food, but then Clementine was forced to defend herself, which led to the dog being impaled on some spikes. Now, I've killed a lot of people in a lot of games over the years, but this was disturbing, having to see the dog in that way and then having to choose whether to walk away and leave it to die slow death or whether to kill the dog myself. Now, like I say, this is probably one of the most disturbing scenes I've played in probably most games where you're having to play a young girl that's killing a dog. But I suppose that's the whole idea behind The Walking Dead, is to make you feel, because it is only really just a point and click game. So I kind of want to say good. It was a good job that they did that, but also part of me wants to say fuck you for making me kill a dog. So I don't know, tell me how it made you feel. Now, 2nd place I've saved for Carly, because for me this was the first big shocker in The Walking Dead, which sort of introduced you to the world, saying that, you know, look, anybody can die, not everybody's going to make it to the end, including main characters. And I thought that was good about the game, but also a shame about this death was the fact that you never got to see the relationship between her and Doug. Now, you know, there was a bit of a romance on the cards there, if you can remember that far back. And I know what some of you might be saying, well, I saved Doug instead. Now, this could be either Doug or Carly in this position, depending on which way you play through. I've done both, and it leads to the same conclusion. But for me, personally, seeing Carly die made me more upset than Doug, and that's just the way I'm wired. You might be different, so that's the only reason she's in 2nd place over Doug. The number 1 position has to be saved for Mr. Lee Everett. Now, having been your playable character for the whole of Season 1, we learned a lot about Lee's backstory, and we invested in him emotionally. While Carly being killed on early in the game should have served as a warning, no one really expects the main character to be killed off. Now, the relationship we built up with Clementine also made the last moments with Lee even sadder. And as he took his sort of dying breaths, and he should have been sort of thinking about himself, he wasn't. He was still thinking about protecting Clementine and setting her off with the best possible chance in life that he could. And I just made the whole experience sadder, or at least it did for me. And I know people still miss Lee now, even... Like, I personally, you had a choice at the end to shoot Lee or to sort of let him slowly turn the walker. And I chose not to shoot him, and I'll tell you why. Because even just a little percent of me, I don't know if it's less than 1%, still think, well, maybe he didn't die. Well, maybe someone could have come and saved him. Or, you know, even if he did turn into a zombie, maybe there's a cure or something. So if we don't put a bullet in his head, maybe there's still a chance. And you know what? I still see comments today on threads all around of The Walking Dead where people still thinking that, because we still want Lee back. But, you know, it was just sad. So that's why definitely, Mr. Lee Everett, I salute you. 1st place is reserved for you. Actually, I'm getting a little bit emotional thinking about it now. Anyway, tell me who your most shocking deaths in The Walking Dead were in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos if you haven't already. While you're at it, why not swing by and visit our sexy site? The link with a load of other magical things are in the description. That's it from me for now, and I'll see you in the next video.